Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to tackle a classic automation headache. What happens when your script clicks a link, a new window pops up, and your whole test just stops? Stick around because by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to take control. So let's picture this. You've probably been there. You write a script, it gets to a home page, finds a button, clicks it. Perfect. A new browser tab opens up, maybe with a sign-up form. Your script then goes to find the first name field on that new form. And bam! It fails. You get an error. What on earth just went wrong? All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to walk through that exact problem so we're all on the same page. Then we'll get into the why Selenium seems to get lost. Once we get that, we'll uncover the key to the whole thing. Window handles, and then put it all together in a simple 3-step process to finally master the switch. Okay, first up, the new window challenge. Let's build out a really common scenario. We'll use a real-world example from Salesforce to see exactly where our scripts go off the rails. So here's the script that, seems perfectly logical. We open the site, click the free trial button, a new tab opens, and then we immediately try to find the first name field on that new page to type in it. I mean, it's exactly what a person would do, right? So it should just work. And nope, it fails. The script throws one of the most common, and let's be honest, frustrating exceptions in all of Selenium. No such element. And the crazy part is, you're looking right at the screen, you can clearly see the element is there, but Selenium is swearing up and down that it doesn't exist. So why? Why does this fail? To fix this thing, we need to have that aha moment. We have to understand why Selenium seems to be completely blind to a window that is right there in front of our eyes. And it all comes down to one word: focus. See, when your script starts, the WebDriver's focus, its attention, is locked onto that first original window. When a new window opens, that focus does not automatically follow. And this isn't a bug, it's actually a feature. Automation needs to be predictable. And if the driver just guessed where to look, your tests would be a fleeky, unreliable mess. Selenium needs you to be explicit. This really gets to the heart of it. Unlike a human user, Selenium needs crystal clear instructions. We have to literally tell it, hey, stop looking at that old window. Your job is now over here. Switch your focus to this new one. So how do we give it those instructions? How do we tell Selenium which window to look at? Well, the answer is something called window handles. You can just think of them as unique ID cards for every single window that's open. Now, Selenium gives us two main ways to get these IDs. The first one, get window handle, that's singular. It only gives you the ID for the window that's currently in focus. But the real magic, the real power, comes from get window handles, plural, which gives you the ID for every single window the driver has open. The reason this method is so incredibly reliable is because of the kind of data it gives back, a set. Now, a set, by its very definition, cannot have any duplicates. This is basically Selenium's guarantee to you that every window will have a truly unique identifier, which lets us target a specific window with 100% accuracy. And in practice, this is what they look like. Yeah, just random-looking strings of characters. They're not for us to read, but for Selenium, they're perfect. They're like unique addresses that let it tell the difference between the original parent window and that new child window. Okay, so we've got the theory, we understand the handles. Now let's put it all into practice with a simple, repeatable, 3-step solution that will let you take total control of the WebDriver's focus. This is the exact logic you're going to use every single time. It's kind of like a simple 3-step dance. First, you ask Selenium for all the open window IDs. Second, you loop through them to figure out which one is which, the original parent and the new child. And finally, step 3, you command the driver to switch its focus using the ID of the window you want to work on. The command itself is actually really simple and easy to read. We use the driver.switchTo method, which you might have used before for things like alerts and frames, but this time we tell it .window, and we just pass in the variable that's holding the handle for our target window. And just like that, success. Remember that no such element error from the beginning?
It's gone. By simply telling Selenium where to look, the exact same code that was failing before now works perfectly. We can find the field, we can type the name, and our test can move on. This is what it feels like to take control of the focus.
But, just switching to a new window is only half the battle. True mastery means having full control, being able to move between any window whenever you need to. A really common thing you'll need to do is go back to the original window, maybe to check that something updated. Well, the process is exactly the same. You just use that same driver.switchto.window command, but this time you pass in the handle for the parent window that you saved earlier. You can now move back and forth as much as you want. So, let's just boil this all down. The number one thing to remember is that Selenium's focus is never, ever automatic. You have to be explicit. You are the director. By grabbing the unique handle for every window, you can use that switch to command to tell the driver precisely where to look, giving you the power to jump back and forth between windows with total confidence. And there you have it. You've just mastered one of the most fundamental challenges in browser automation. And the powerful idea here isn't just about Windows. This core principle of explicitly telling Selenium where to focus is the exact same key you're going to use to handle other tricky things like iframes and pop-up alerts. So now that you know how to direct the focus, what are you going to automate next?